I am privileged to be an TEDxIITBHU alumnus. I'll be talking about leveraging social responsibility to unite the world. From the dawn of the civilization, per our Hindu mythology, the universe is guided by the Trinity: Destroyer Mahadeva, Creator Brahma, and Sustainer Vishnu. We are so fortunate to be in Varanasi, where Lord of the Universe, Mahadeva, has a permanent place. I'll be talking about social responsibility, which means managing the triple bottom line: profit, planet, and people, or 3 Ps. It also translates to economic, environmental, and social aspects. To effectively manage this trinity, there are international standards: ISO 9001 for economic, ISO 14001 for environment, and ISO 26000 for social aspects. When organizations follow these international standards, it provides an assurance that they are following the guidelines and the requirements in the interest of commerce, environment, and the society. I'll be touching upon all 3 aspects of the Trinity: profit, planet, and people, and show you a connection between the spirituality to reality using quality. And I'll also share with you an action plan for 3 Ps. Let's begin with the profit side. From 10,000 years ago until the year 1800, we were in the agriculture age. The world mainly used the animal and muscle power. With the perfection of the steam engine in the United Kingdom, the world was ushered into the industrial age. When machines took over the muscle power, the quality of life improved and the standard of living went up. Then in 1947, 3 scientists at AT&T Bell Labs invented the transistor, which led to the further development of advanced digital computers, and thus the world was ushered into the information age. In the 1950s and 60s, military, governments, and other organizations had access to computer systems, which led to the development of World Wide Web, which was open to the public in 1991. However, all this economic progress came with a price. Over the last 2 centuries, we have seen colonization, human exploitation, and 2 world wars. In terms of the call to action on the profit side, let's explore the Harvard Business School, which opened its door in 1908. Their initial mission was to educate leaders who make a decent profit decently. In the current times, their mission has changed to educate leaders who make a difference in the world. The world needs visionary leadership to manage global resources wisely. Organizations should follow ISO 9001 for continuous improvement and create economic benefits. As President John F. Kennedy said, "A rising tide lip-sole boats. We need organizations to be working towards improving the economic conditions of everyone around the world. Now we'll be moving to the next aspect, which is the planet. Before the industrial age, the life was pure and simple with very healthy lifestyles. What happened during the industrial age in the last 200 years? We have created air pollution, water pollution, and land pollution. If you have noticed, in the last 60 plus years, we have information pollution. We are on the path of destruction of our environment. Just look at the greenhouse gases, melting of glaciers, and shrinking ozone layer, which has led to the climate changes around the world. I remember in the mid-1970s, the city of Los Angeles was constantly under the cloud of smoke due to auto emissions. As a result, new environmental laws were enacted in the United States, and the state of California cleaned up its act. Now Los Angeles is not the same. Going forward, water will become a scarce resource. Just watch out for the water wars which are coming. Out of 1.1 billion people on this crowded planet with over 7 billion people, do not have access to clean water. During our travels to India in December 2012, we first saw pristine Ganges in Rishikesh, then followed it in Haridwar, then in Allahabad, and finally in Varanasi. Here in Varanasi is not only the pilgrims, but the buffaloes also take bath in Ganges and pollute the river. In terms of call to action on the planet side, as a tribute to our famous alumnus, late Professor Veerbhadra Mishra, we at TEDxIITBHU need to resolve to take up community service projects around cleanup of river Ganges. We can remember the teachings of Swami Vivekananda, who told us, "Arise, awake, stop not until the goal is reached." Organization should also follow ISO 14001 to keep the environment clean, pure, and healthy for everyone around the world. Now we are moving on to the last aspect, the people. In the prior times, people nurtured each other within their neighborhood and the communities. Due to migration to the urban areas, we have seen indifference, and then fighting over the limited resources, we see more hostility. We can look at a positive example from the country of Costa Rica. In year 1948, they abolished their armed forces, and as a result, not spending resource on the defense, they are able to put more money for education. They spend 28% of their GDP on education, and they also boast 96% literacy rate for citizens 15 years and over. That's a remarkable story about investing in people and building up the skills. I want to share a personal example of my social responsibility by founding and leading the Blind Foundation for India in the United States in year 1989. The BFI's mission is to prevent and cure blindness and educate and rehabilitate permanently blind people in India. As you may know, India has over 15 million blind people, accounting for 1 out of every 3 blind people in the world. We can see an exponential power of prevention when we invest $1 in vitamin A for a child. That child not going blind has a lifetime potential of $100,000 earnings. Similar exponential power we can see in terms of curing the blindness for elderly. At $20 in India can have 1 cataract removed versus $4,000 in the United States. Next weekend, please watch my TEDxIIT talk on exponential power of gift of giving on April 13, next Saturday. Now, in terms of call to action for the people side, we can all take a page from the Emperor Ashoka, the only monarch on record who abandoned the warfare after the victory. His universal message of peace, love, and non-violence is as relevant today as it was during his time in year 250 BC. We need to promote the tendency of cooperation, collaboration, and coexistence, and suppress the tendencies of competition, self-centeredness, and divisiveness. Organization should follow ISO 26000 standard to establish ethics, good governance, and promote mutual understanding of social responsibility around the world. Now I'm going to wrap up all 3 pieces together. As we all know, we are the fellow travelers on this earth. Some people came before us, many more will follow us. What kind of legacy do we want to leave for our children and grandchildren? In the 21st century, we are in a global economy. In order to unite the world and make a better place for everyone, we need to leverage the power of businesses by strategically aligning their practices with the standards of social responsibility. This will ensure proper utilization of global resources, improving global labor practices, and creating sustainable economic development around the world. In a documentary, The Journey of Man, Dr. Spencer Wells, a genetist, concluded that you and I, and for that matter, everyone around the world, we are all literally African under the skin. Brothers and sisters separated by mere 2,000 generations. I want to leave on a positive note. Let's look at the inspiring example of the Hiware Bazaar in the district of Ahmednagar in Maharashtra. The village focused first on rainwater harvesting, which improved the agriculture production. With the economic prosperity, they focused on education system and then tackled the issue of sanitation, health, and hygiene issues. As a result, out of 294 families, they have 60 millionaires. Only 3 families live below the poverty line. The per capita income, number of wells, and the milk production improved dramatically. Over the 2 decades, they have proven that by taking care of the nature, it makes both economic and environmental sense. Let us look at the verse from the Maha-Upanishad, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is a single family. The world is a single family. All of you should acquire a great education, master soft skills, find your passion, and follow your dreams. We should all uphold the ideals of Malaviya ji, the founder of this great institution, by not only serving the world with our technical skills, but taking up socially responsible projects to help all sections of the society. We all can leverage the power of economy, ecology, and the society to unite the world. It is our social responsibility to unite the world. Thank you all.